Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. It's Monday, Motivational Monday. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. Hello. It's Monday where we pump you up, get you ready for the week. I'm not sure if I'm really very pumpable today. That come out right? Let me see. Oh, there's YouTube starting. That's how long the lag is. David Jones wants to call it Mad Monday. Mad Monday! What made you mad? That's a good one. Motivational Monday or Mad Monday. There's a lot of things that make me mad. Like all of the things I can't figure out how to do on my computer. Let me say hello to everybody. Allure Star first. Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Jesus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip Chandler and N1 QOV and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and Angie Tomlinson and Sue. Hello! Wing Doggy. Let me make sure I got everybody here. Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis. Thank you for checking in. Great to see you guys. Hello. Hello. Hello, Wing Doggy. Oh, I forgot to do invitations. Sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Let me hang on here. Maybe. Right. Hello. Did that work? I'm not sure if it went. Okay, I don't know. I'll make sure I got. I don't think that just posted. Hang on. Let me make sure I got my. I don't know if it's working. It didn't give me a note that I might have invited everybody 100 times, but it's not giving me a note that it went through, so I don't know. Hey, Angie. So hello. Not sure if that worked, but okay. Hi, everybody. How was your weekend? Hi, Wing Doggy and Philip Chandler and everybody on YouTube. Hope you're feeling good. I had a nice weekend with Sweetie. I posted pictures on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, speaking of Mad Monday, do you want to know what's making me mad today? And let me know what you guys think. What do you think? Because this doesn't seem right to me. Okay, 1 week ago, last Monday, as you guys are aware, I was violently assaulted on the premises, on the property of the Dallas World Aquarium. On the news, okay, so I know they're aware of it. It was on the news. I've sent them a Facebook message even saying, hey, I'm surprised I haven't heard from you. I have not heard anything from them. No, like, oh my God, we're so sorry this happened to you on our property. No, holy crap, you never got to see the aquarium. We want to make it up to you. How about some free tickets or, I don't know, a cookie? Nothing. Nothing. No, never heard anything from them. No, like, wow, we feel really bad. And you know what? The whole time this happened, this little path that you walk on their property, walk on. It's a long, curly little path. I never saw any security. The whole time when I got hit, when I was screaming, when I went back with the police and got my hat, I never saw any security, never saw anybody there. You guys are all writing lawyers, lawyers, lawyers. Oh, they don't want to say, they don't want to check to make sure I'm okay. This is a place with families and kids and tourists all day long. David Jones says, it's because of lawyers that you've heard nothing. Well, it's making me mad, David Jones. It's making me feel like maybe I should look into this. You know, because that's just rude. That's just rude. That's discourteous. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like, don't they even care? Hello? I want to find out what was going on. Yeah, don't they even care? Exactly, Linda. But I haven't heard back from the detectives from the police department, but I did speak to somebody at the front desk. And they said that the guy who attacked me is still in the prison. He's not getting let out. So I don't, oops, there's a bug. I don't know what the time frame is on how long it'll be. Angie says she's feeling blah. Me too, Angie. I don't know how, she couldn't give me any answers of what the timeline is from, like, he's in jail, and I don't know how long it takes before he goes before a judge or something for some sort of sentencing. I don't know how that all works. So somebody's got to get back to me to let me know what the procedure and the timeline, time frame for all this stuff is. Because I told them I want to be very actively involved in pursuing this and making sure that everything is pursued to the fullest extent of the law. So, but she said that because that he is right now in jail. So I don't think, because sometimes when you get arrested, you get let out and then you go back for trial. But I think because he had an ankle monitor on, meaning he was already like in trouble, and they let him out on like good reconnaissance. Yeah. So I'll find out more about that. But I think I'm waiting to hear for the approval. I'm going to get a CAT scan probably tomorrow. Make sure my head is okay. I think I'll let you guys know about that. I'm waiting for the insurance approval. It should go through hopefully by tomorrow. Because hit here, hit here. Got hit on both sides of the head. So we're going to get the CAT. Oh, Angie said she started her paid internship today. How did it go, Angie? How and what kind of internship is it? What kind of company or business are you working at? I hope you liked it. It was your first day. It was very hot here in Los Angeles over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Super hot. Oh, Wing Doggy, so it looks like you're having a computer problem. Well, Wing Doggy, sending you love. Hope you're able to log back on. So how was everybody else's weekend? Did y'all have a good weekend? I made a delicious dinner Saturday night for Sweetie. Salmon and some roasted vegetables, fennel, carrots, sweet potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, onion, and salmon with sun-dried tomatoes and capers and lemon and dill and a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of a cheese. It was very good. It sounds weird probably telling you, but wait, what are you saying, David Jones? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean. Angie, I already asked you about the internship. We want to know. We want to know what it is. Tisa says I should have gone to the ER in Dallas. Tisa, you're right. I should have. I wasn't. At the time, I was so hyped up on adrenaline and so kind of spaz and a little bit in shock because I actually had a concussion. I wasn't really in the right mind to make medical decisions because I didn't feel anything for about 2 hours, Jesus. And they're like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel fine! Yeah, I really should have had somebody there to say, no, you need to see the doctor now. There was nobody. They were like, I was like, I feel fine. I don't feel anything. That was me. There was nobody there to say, no, you need an x-ray now. It was like 2 hours later, and it wasn't even to the next day where I was like, oh, wow. It was like the next day well, actually that night when I was like, oh, I can barely eat. They did, yes, David Jones. They had an EMT looked at me, but it was like within the first like half hour, and he looked at me and he was like, how are you feeling? I'm like, I don't know what they wrote in their notes. I have no idea what they wrote. But I was like, I want my hat! So, yeah, and the EMT didn't give me any advice or say anything. David Jones says, if they thought you had any problems, they would take you to see the doctor. Yeah, I mean, by the time I got to the police station, the bruise on my leg, you can see. Well, today it's a weird shape, huh? Like it looks like, it's a very distinctive shape, isn't it? What did I hit? This is something on the ground. Look, this is like very, like, what is this? Is it a gun? Is it a little doggy? This is my black from the ground here. My bruise is like some sort of Rorschach. It's some sort of Rorschach test. What is this? This is where I hit the ground, or hit something. Angie, what kind of business or did you start your internship with, Angie? And what were you doing? Did you like it? I hope you liked it. Yeah, it was about it was actually it was more than 2 hours. I started to feel the bruise when they took me to the police station, but I was still talking like a mile a minute, like a 5-year-old on Red Bull, just total spaz. It wasn't until it was a couple hours later, you know, like after they dropped me off, and I started walking back to where Sweetie was, and I stopped to get, I stopped. They dropped me off, and I had no idea where I was, and I knew where. They're like, oh yeah, that's the building where he is. There was an office building where he was at, but they didn't drop me off anywhere nearby. Then I had to look on a map to try and find the streets to where I was going back to, and I was really lost. And so I stopped, and I got some ice cream and a coffee, and that's when I started to feel like really weird, and started to feel a little bit of pain. But it really wasn't until dinner time that I started to feel like pain. It took several hours for everything to wear off. It was very weird. I was definitely in shock. David Jones says, if I'd had a cupcake, I would have felt better. Well, I did. I stopped. I don't even know where it was, but there was some little like ice cream coffee shop, and it was like homemade gourmet ice cream. I had a cinnamon ice cream and a pecan praline. I had 2 scoops, cinnamon and pecan praline. It was really good. Plus like a gourmet coffee. That was really good. And that was about 4 o'clock. Yeah, by the time I got all that. And then so I had ice cream and coffee, and I'm trying to settle myself a little bit. And then I finished walking over to the office building where Sweetie was, and he didn't get out of his meeting. He started at 10. He wasn't done till like 5. So he had a really long day. So I went and I sat in the bottom of the office building, and he got out. So I was sitting there for about half an hour when he finally got out. And I was sitting there, my phone rings, and I'm like, hello? And he's like, and it was Sweetie. He called me. He's like, I'm looking at you. He was up above looking down on the balcony. And I was like, oh, hello. Angie, what's wrong? Angie, you didn't answer, or maybe I missed it. What kind of company are you working for? And did you like it? Are you going every day? I want to know about your internship, Angie. It wasn't until, and that's when I started to come down. It took several hours for like the shock and the adrenaline and everything to come down. It wasn't until I got back home and and he's like, I think I might have been a little smelly too after all that running, and because he was like, Sweetie was like, you might want to take a shower, because we were going out to dinner with some friends of his, and he's like, he was like, do you want to take a shower? She might be a little smelly, and I was like, am I smelly? And he's like, no, you're fine. You might want to shower though, because you did a lot of running. I was like, I think you're right. That's when I started. It wasn't until I got back and I got to the bathroom and I started cleaning up and showered. That's when I got emotional and I started to get. I was like, oh, I only need 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I was in the bathroom for like 40 minutes. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm having an emotional moment. And he's like, of course, that's confusing to men. They're like, do you still want to go on? I'm like, I'm fine. Trying to do my. I was like, it all hurts now. Everything hurts. And like trying to eat, my whole like where your jaw hinges, the jaw hinge on both sides, totally sore. Like eating, like opening my mouth, I was like, Well, we went to his home, a private home. Some of his friends that he hadn't seen in a while had us over for dinner at their home, and they had just redone their house. It was a beautiful home, and they were a very nice couple, and they made a delicious dinner. And actually, the dinner I made this Saturday night, I tried to replicate his husband and wife, and the wife made a delicious fish and some roasted carrots, which I'd never done. So I used that as an idea that inspired me for the dinner that I made last night, Saturday night. I roasted, and I forgot to take pictures. I know. I'm going to be writing my blog. I didn't get a lot done yesterday, and I have to say Saturday and today I've been had a hard time doing anything. Had a lot of anxiety, and I found I've been feeling very anxious and stressed, and I was very unproductive the last couple days. I felt a little paralyzed by anxiety. I guess that's normal. But I felt very kind of nervous about everything, about leaving my house, I'm very jumpy. I've been very, very, very jumpy. Like, when I was at Sweetie's house, I was so jumpy that I would walk in the room and he'd say something and I'd be like, ah! He's like, and he'd start to laugh. He's like, were you expecting someone else to be here? Like, he'd walk into a room and I'd jump. So I'm extra jumpy. Everything kept surprising me. Like as if I forgot he was there. All right, so, but I guess that's to be expected. It's like now every little noise, every little movement has made me jump because I feel like, because this guy attacked me from behind like a sucker punch, so I'm super jumping. Like I'm really kind of freaked out. All right, so anyhow, it's after 5:45. I don't think I pumped everyone up today. Yeah, this was Mad Monday instead of Motivational Monday. And Angie Jonas, I know you were enjoying a Mad Monday too, Angie Jonas. I'm sorry if I missed what you wrote. I don't think I ever got to see your answer if you wrote it, or maybe you didn't write it. But I really did want to know how. Oh, and Sue, if you're there, I hope you had a really good time at the Emmys. Angie, where did you start work, and how was it? Did you like it? What kind of business is it? We want to know. I want to know. I do want to know. I want to know what kind of business, what kind of. You don't have to tell me the name of the business, but I was curious. You know, like you started an internship. Is it an advertising agency, a doctor's office, an accounting agency? What kind of? Oh, Angie says it's a paid internship at a Walgreens. Oh, okay. And what kind of thing are you doing? Are you working in the store? Is it an internship, like in the office, on the floor, sales floor, with the pharmacy? What kind of stuff are you doing? In the H&R department, actually, like, you know, in a back office. What department or part of the Walgreens are you doing your internship with? What are your tasks? And how you're doing an internship. How many days a week are you doing it? Is it every day or every other day? For like half days, part-time? We want to know how it's going. Is it something where you're like working with other people? Are you by yourself in an office? Are you on the sales floor? We want to know, Angie. Everybody cares and they're curious and they want to see how it's going, and I hope you like it. Are you like with H&R? Like, is that human resources? What kind of thing are you doing in your internship? David Jones wants to know if your internship is with the pharmacy, and if so, are they paying you with drugs? Yes, I get. This is Angie. Yes, I get paid with the drugs. No, David Jones, they don't pay anybody with drugs. What kind of organization do you think Walgreens is? This is a legitimate company. They don't pay you with drugs. David Jones says, well, it's a drugstore. It's not that kind of drugstore. Okay, it is, but they don't pay people that way. But it's a paid internship with money. Well, Angie, I'm just about to sign off, Angie, but we want to know more about this tomorrow, Tuesday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we want to know more. We want to know, are you going back? How many days a week? How is it, part-time, full-time, and what are your responsibilities? Like, what department are you working in? And are you working like in a back office or with people? Are you working with the public, Angie Jonas? We want to know about your people skills, Angie. Or Tomlinson. It's in my head. I don't know if I'll be able to correct that, Angie. I might call you Angie Jonas for a really long time. Tisa says he's going to see the Pope. Really? Thank you. Yes, and you know what, guys? Thank you so much. That's really awesome, Tisa. Thank you so much for everybody who wrote sweet messages about the news story on Facebook. I really appreciate all your sweet messages and everybody who like shared it and spread it. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Because you want to know what? Okay, before I sign off, this is the last thing I'm going to say about Mad Monday. You want to know what really was kind of bugging me? I posted pictures from this week. In fact, you can see from this weekend, Sweetie took some pictures. You can see the bruise. It's pretty prominent there on my leg. Yes, from the weekend. But you know what's making me mad is I put the story was up about the whole thing from this. It's been exactly a week since this guy attacked me and I chased him down and we caught it. There were a lot of people wrote really nice messages, like a lot of comments, and other people shared it. There was a lot of and all over. And I saw the comments that people wrote, some of them from the news station, all over. I end up seeing all the comments kind of everywhere that I posted, that other people shared it. And most people were like, oh my God, you're amazing, you're a hero, I'm so impressed. You know, really positive. But there's a handful of people who wrote messages like, that's crazy, that's so stupid, you shouldn't chase a guy, that was really dumb, don't do that. You're lucky you didn't get hurt worse. And it kind of made me mad because I felt like, and I realized that people are saying that because, not because they're trying to be mean, but because they didn't want me to get hurt. So that was their motivation for writing that. You know, they're like, they were afraid, they thought it was dumb that I chased a guy because I put myself in danger, and they didn't want me to get hurt. So that's why they were writing that. But to me, reading it from my perspective, on my side as the victim, the crime victim, it kind of made me mad or sad, hurt my feelings, because from where I'm standing, it's like, what? So I should have just passively sat there and let this guy hit me and run away and probably never get caught and do it again to somebody else. You know, keep doing it every day, every hour, I don't know, 5 times a day, however often this guy did it, because this is what he was going to keep doing until he got caught. I should just sit there and passively let this guy do this to me, violently assault me, knock me unconscious, and knowing that he's going to do it again and not get caught. It made me mad that they thought that that was the best. You know, there's no right or wrong for this kind of situation. There's no right or wrong of how you're supposed to handle it. You kind of have to go in the moment and do whatever the best is for the situation you're in the moment. It's never going to be the same for anyone's situation. You know, for anyone who's in that kind of, you know, attack and a crime victim and an assault victim, it's what's right for me in the moment of my situation isn't necessarily the same thing for anyone else's, obviously. But you have to really, to tell somebody who's a victim of a violent crime that they shouldn't fight back, I kind of makes me mad, and it hurts me, it makes me upset. And knowing that, and this guy, he had 2 shirts on. He had a bright red shirt on and a white shirt underneath, a white, you know, tank top, a man's tank top underneath. I'm pretty sure the reason he did that is because anyone who was a witness or saw him or on a videotape, all you're going to remember is this bright red T-shirt. And once he takes off the bright red T-shirt, he's going to be really anonymous. Well, I don't like to use that term, David Jones. That's not how I call a man's white tank top. It's a really horrible, I don't use that terminology. But, yeah, it's going to be really anonymous after that. And that's why, because he knows witnesses, people, all they're going to remember is the white, red. That's why I picked up the red T-shirt. When he threw it off, I picked it up. Because, A, that's evidence, and B, the reason he had 2 shirts on is so that he could blend into the crowd. He thought he could get away with it and be anonymous. And so it makes me mad when people said I shouldn't have chased him. And yes, sure, it was dangerous. But that is the only way this guy was going to get caught, is by me doing, you know, and when I started chasing him, I didn't know, I thought it would be a short chase. Let me just tell you this. I didn't think I was going to have to run so long. I thought it was only going to have to be a block or 2. I thought as soon as I started chasing him and screaming that somebody would tackle him right away. I didn't think I was going to have to run for 10 or 15 minutes all over the damn town. I really didn't think it would be. So as I'm running, I'm thinking, I didn't. So, and once I started running, I thought, yeah. So, and I don't think he thought it was going to take that long either. I think he thought he was going to get away pretty quick. And I thought he was going to get tackled or chased, or I thought, because when I was walking around, there were so many cops in Dallas. I really thought either he was going to get tackled by somebody who saw me screaming, or that as soon as we run around the corner, there would be a cop car there, because I saw them everywhere. So I didn't think I was going to have to run so far or so long or scream so loud over. So, yeah. But I knew that he wasn't, if he got away, he would never, it would be a needle in a haystack. And I knew that, so that was it. So, you know, I'm sure a lot of people don't think that it's upsetting when they say that, but it is. because as a victim, you're anything you can do to regain and retain your power and your control, that's really important. And being able to have closure and to get the guy, that's huge. Because if he had like knocked me out and gotten away, and I wasn't able to see it through and have this guy caught, let me just tell you, I'd be a mess. I'd be a wreck right now. I would be just a freaked out, quivering mess, because I'd feel like he was around the corner. Everywhere he was, I'd feel like this guy was still there, you know? Because I'd be so that's really important. So every time I read something or somebody says you shouldn't have done that, I'm like, what the hell? Is that what, you know? I know you're just thinking of safety, but it's really, it kind of really gets under my skin. Maybe it shouldn't, but it does. And the other thing that people wrote, and I had people say it or I read it a couple times. People wrote, because I had my big hat, their comment was, well, what do you expect with a big hat like that? I'm like, what? Like, as if they were blaming me, as if they were saying victim blaming. That is an example of victim blaming, where you're telling the victim that it was part of that they attracted the attention because of what you were wearing. And it's the same thing they do when a woman is sexually assaulted. They say, well, you shouldn't have been wearing that slutty outfit. Well, you shouldn't have been wearing that big sun hat. What do you expect? It's like that makes me mad. Like your sun hat is like a beacon for hit me. Look at me, hit me, hit me. That just, you know, people don't realize when they say things like that what they're really saying. So, and I know they're not intending to be hurtful, but sometimes it is. Anyhow, so that's my Mad Monday. Mad Monday! Rawr! Angie Jonas, I want you to join me in with the grr, because I know you've got a few grrs of your own. Rawr! Everybody else, anybody else who has a Mad Monday or frustration, anything that's making you mad, right now before I sign off, just go, ah! Hulk smash! Ah! It's Mad Monday. Ah! Does anyone feel better after that? Yes. Ah! And I just saw a video before. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I'm just about to sign off. But I don't know about the rest of you guys, but did you see the video of the rat, the New York subway rat, dragging an entire piece of pizza down the stairs? Did anyone see that? Ah! Okay, in the last 2 weeks, I have killed in my traps 2 rats and I think 8 mice. Ah! Yeah, okay, that's too much. That's like 10 rodents in 2 weeks. I'm really freaked out. None last night. Last night there were no rodents. Maybe I got them all? I don't know, but I saw the thing of the rat and it just creeped me out because it's a little too close to home. David Jones says if you had pizza, you'd catch more. Yeah, David Jones, it's been a really long time since you sent me a pizza. Not that I'm hinting, but it's been it's been like 2 years. Yeah, so all right, so I'm going to sign off. Let me say goodbye to everybody. David Jones says, I'm still the only one who has ever sent you a pizza. That's true, David Jones. You are the only one. So if you don't send me pizza, I don't get any pizza! Here's a tiny violin for my... We're playing a tiny violin for your problems. All right. Let me say goodbye. Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sus and Acid Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mina and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Creme and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip Chandler and N1QOV and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Angie Tomlinson and Wing Doggy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis. Let me make sure I got everybody. Jesus, thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. And Sue, I'm going to check out your pictures later. I hope you had an awesome Emmy's time. Kisses for everybody. See you tomorrow for Terrible Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday. Terrible Tasting Tuesday. All right. Bye. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye. Unless, okay, I'm waiting to hear the approval of, and schedule. I will probably be able to get that, hopefully, the CAT scan tomorrow morning, tomorrow early afternoon. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. I've never had one. Not sure what it's like. But, all right. Bye. I love y'all. Bye.